I'm a refugee from big law, you might say, and I've been practicing for almost 25 years. But I set up my own shop about 4 years ago, and what I do is provide entrepreneurial counsel to entrepreneurs through the life cycle of the venture. That includes about 1 million things, but it can be broken down into 3 main buckets. So the first of my 3 buckets is startup services, helping entrepreneurs figure out if they've got a decent enough idea to put into a venture in the first place, how to protect it, what kind of an entity to form, who's on the team, what kind of capital they're likely to need, where to form, Delaware, Massachusetts, someplace else, and get the venture up and running. Bucket number 2 is what you might call outside general counsel. License deals, employment arrangements, stock option plans, venture capital investments, angel investments, anything that comes across your desk that's too big to put in an envelope and mail off yourself. You need a lawyer to do it. That would be where I come in. And then finally, the third bucket, and continuing the life cycle of the venture, is mergers and acquisitions, or M&A, which consists of any kind of business venture or entrepreneur buying or selling any kind of a business venture to or from another entity or person. So that's I have a very broad M&A practice, ranging from acqui-hires of a guy with a patent that's getting hired at a larger company to up to about $75-80 million acquisitions. I don't do much public company acquisition work anymore, but that still leaves a lot of room on the smaller side. There are obviously countless missteps, pitfalls, mistakes that entrepreneurs can make. The first is, and really the biggest one is, when to talk and when not to talk. Let me put it that way. When to talk is if you have an idea and you want to make a business out of it and want to make a venture out of it, particularly if you're a first-time startup entrepreneur. Many of my clients are first-time entrepreneurs, coming out of a day job, coming out of a university program or PhD, or otherwise they've had a flash of inspiration and they think, hey, this might be a business. Talk to a lot of people who have done it. Don't plunge in and decide that everybody needs, if we only had a good Lithuanian restaurant on the corner, the world would be a better place. Or if anybody, get this, attachment for their shoes, I'd be a billionaire. Or if I can get 1% of the Chinese population to buy this product, that's all I need.
Right.
Bad way to think about the pain point you're solving. Talk to people who have done it. Develop a reliable advisory board and sounding board early on. Test your idea. Test your idea very critically. Don't assume that because you've thought of something new, you have no competition. So really test yourself honestly and objectively, and get others who are not as in love with your idea to push back on you before you spend a lot of time and money.